another episode of Entrepreneurs in Fuego. We are documenting the journey of amazing entrepreneurs like my dear friend, almost like my last name. Not
Yes.
quite, but just Giselle Aguiar.
Similar, yes.
Giselle Aguiar.
Yes.
And you started spelling your last name for me, and I'm like, A-G-U-I. Wait a minute, that's kind of how you spell my last name.
Yeah.
From AZ Social Media. How you doing,
I'm
Giselle?
very good, thank you. Thank you for
Awesome.
having me.
Thank you. No, my pleasure.
Yeah.
Explain to us a little bit of what you do and what makes your business different from somebody else.
Well, I do social media marketing, consulting, and training. I've been doing internet marketing since 1995, and
Wait. Let me stop you right there. You're doing internet marketing. I mean, Al Gore hadn't even invented internet marketing.
Right. I'm way ahead of Al Gore, I can tell you that. He didn't invent the internet.
Well, according to him, he did. You remember.
I know.
But so since 1995, when
yeah,
it was
doing website design and HTML coding from scratch, and back then I was living in Miami, and I was doing training for the chambers, in fact it was the North Day Chamber of Commerce at the time. And I needed to educate people as to what the internet was, where it was going, and why their businesses need to be on it.
So you're starting from, when we're talking about starting from scratch, this is really starting from scratch, explaining to someone what the internet is.
Yeah, well now it's similar, because now what is social media, where it's going, and why your company needs to be on it. So
and that's what you're doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm
training.
doing now, exactly, yeah.
Take me back though,
Yeah.
a little bit to those days where you're training all those people as to what the internet is all about. Before then, what did you do? Did you work for corporate America?
I sold advertising, print advertising. I worked. I also did radio broadcast advertising, and always been in some sort of marketing and promotion. On and off different types and sales also. So that's been always my background.
You've always been an entrepreneur.
Not always. I did work. In fact, I've been in Arizona for 11 years now. My first job here was selling cars. So I've sold just about everything. If I can sell cars, I can sell anything. So, but I prefer marketing. I do prefer marketing more than sales.
Is that true though? I mean, if you can sell a car, you can sell just about anything in the world.
Just about, yeah, because it's a high end item.
It's
It's a high end item. So you really have to understand why somebody wants to buy it, and get to know the person, what their needs are.
I gotta ask you, because why is it that whenever I go to buy a car, the car salesman says to me, "You gotta get this car." My mother has one of these. Every salesman.
That's what I didn't like. That's exactly why I didn't do it. And that's why I did so well, because I was a lady and I would do it better. Plus, I spoke Spanish too, so that's why I was actually very successful selling cars.
My mother drives that. My mother.
Like,
everybody's
no, I don't.
mother
I
drives
don't.
that car
I
that
don't
want to buy.
I don't lie to people.
Coincidence.
I don't lie to people. I just don't. I just can't do that. So that was one of the things. Yeah.
So 1995, you get into social. You're trying to educate people as to what the internet is to sell, and then. Fast forward, my goodness, this thing explodes. This thing is really here to stay. And you are actually coding your program.
Originally, but I only did that to the time, at the time. But as they started getting more complicated,
at that time,
they started getting it. They saw that it wasn't going away,
right.
And that's where the people have to realize, because it's not a passing fad. And the same thing that's happening now with social media. People are thinking, oh, it's a passing fad, and it's not going away. So they have to adapt or get left in the dust.
Define a little bit to me what social media is. And I'll explain to you why after you answer to me. Go ahead. What is social media?
Social media is Facebook is the big one. So they get like 1 billion people logging on every day.
All right.
And so it's a way for people to communicate with other people that they're not live in person with them. They're using the internet to communicate. Okay. And they share what's going on in their lives, and because that's where the people are, then the businesses figure, okay, we got to be on it too, because we got to be seen by the people that are on the networks.
And the reason that I ask you is because, all right, so you're talking about Facebook, but now there's Pinterest, there's Snapchat.
Right, so that's exactly what happened.
There is Instagram, and maybe tomorrow there's something else, and there's Twitter, and there's
right,
et cetera,
right,
and there's your
right.
email, your funnel,
yeah. So now there's a lot more channels than for the marketer. So, and it may seem overwhelming to the average little guy, and that's the problem.
Precisely.
So they really need a strategy. They really first need to identify their target market. They can't just say, well, anybody who wants to buy my product. No, you need to really define a target market persona, then do a little bit of research. Well, if you're more business to business, B2B, you're going to want to be on LinkedIn, but you're going to want to use Google Plus and Twitter to get exposure. And if you're more B2C, then you want to be more on Facebook and Pinterest, because that's more towards the consumer. So it depends on that. You're not going to ignore the other ones, but you're not going to spend that much time on them. And so then it's putting a strategic plan together and a tactical plan together, and then following that. And the plans go month to month. You have to do an overall plan for the year, let's say, but when you're doing marketing like that, you have to take each month one at a time.
Here's what I hear all the time. And I understand it because I'm a business person myself.
Right.
And you're gonna laugh about this because, all right, here we have all the social media, and you're going to develop a campaign based on exactly what you're describing, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm going to give you a call in about a couple of days. Hey, Giselle, I'm not getting anything. What's happening? I'm doing everything that you asked me to do. It's 2 days and I have nothing. I haven't sold anything.
That's the key, because measuring, it's not like it used to be with the traditional advertising, that you placed an ad and you can actually measure your return on investment by how many people called or came into your place of business.
Correct.
Now it takes a little bit longer. If you're just starting out, it takes about 3 to 6 months depending on the business, the type of the business. And it takes persistence and consistency of being in there and getting visible, getting known as an expert in your field, getting known for what it is that you do, writing blogs about what you know, and driving people to your website. So it takes time to do that.
So what I'm hearing is that content is king.
Content is king.
Is all about content.
It's all about content.
And it's got to be creative. It's got to be engaging.
Right,
and
content could be videos like what we're doing right now. It could be blog posts that are written.
Video?
Yeah.
Yeah, this blows up. I mean, really, because it's a way for people to know who you are. Who'd you say? I had no idea what you did. And there's 750,000 people out there that are going to say, this is what she does, and this is what makes her distinct from somebody else.
Right. And when something happens, like I was at one of your neighbors here, Greater Phoenix Score, I teach over there, and I was I walked into the elevators, a gentleman comes in, he says, "You're the social media lady," and I'm like, "That's right, I am." And he goes, "I think we're connected on LinkedIn," and I'm like, "Probably so," and that's what it is. So when somebody if somebody's talking to somebody else and it's, listen, I've been doing Facebook, I don't know what I'm doing. You need to go talk to Giselle. So that's the thing. It's getting known for what it is that you're good at.
So social media is really making our world so small.
Right.
I have to tell this anecdote because you walk in here and you go, "Oh, I know Tom." Tom, our premier videographer, who happens to be the chairman of the Greater Phoenix Chamber.
North Phoenix
Chamber.
North Phoenix, yes.
You know him.
Because I just joined the chamber because my location, the North Phoenix Chamber, my training center that I just opened a few months ago is in North Phoenix.
Social media works. You have to be patient, and you have to talk to Giselle so that she can devise the strategy for your particular business, whether it is B2B
or B2C.
Or B2C.
Right. And you can also come and learn how to do it yourself, too. So we have classes. We teach both social media classes. I have a boot camp where people can come in and learn everything they need to know. It's 5 3-hour sessions.
Look at you, man. You're like a sergeant, like a drill sergeant.
Oh, absolutely. Get it done. It's 2016, people. You got to, embrace social media. If you don't take it seriously now, you might as well forget it. Just close up your businesses.
You got to do it.
Yeah. And we also have other classes, WordPress classes, video marketing classes, even time management, all different classes for the entrepreneurs.
I'm still old school, though. I pick up the phone. and I'm.
Well, still that helps, but instead of reaching one person with certain messages, you can reach thousands. You know, so that's it's that social amplification that works. So you still do it.
Social
so
amplification.
You can do it.
I like that word. I like that. Did you coin that? Social amplification.
No, it exists.
So it does.
Yeah, that's one of the benefits of social media marketing. That's when somebody, you post something on Twitter, and somebody with 1,000 followers shares your post. You have a social amplification of reach of 1,000 people.
Amplitude.
Yeah, amplification.
Amplification.
Yeah.
Amplitude. Why not? Let's throw in another word. Marketing amplification.
There you go. That's it.
So good. It sounds so good. And that's what you do.
That's what I do.
And I've learned a lot about you. And by the way, with your enthusiasm, let me ask you this question. Your biggest challenge?
Time management.
You want to clone yourself?
I want to clone myself, yes. And I have independent contractors. I've had interns working for me too, but it takes a lot of time. I have to actually force myself to take Sundays off. Otherwise I would work 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, so it's like,
What do you do in your time off? You go on Facebook?
No, well, I gotta tell you, I don't even touch the computers on Sundays. I don't even touch email. You try to reach me on Sunday, you better text me. Well, I like going hiking, and watch movies and just relaxing, so yeah.
What's your favorite movie?
Oh gosh, I like westerns. Which was the reason I moved to Arizona, so because I love all types of westerns.
Hang 'em high.
That's right.
Social media.
Right.
Yeah, hang 'em high. And with that, we're out.